Welcome back. Going to make a quick video right here. It's cold. It's a cold Sunday evening. I'm not doing much of anything else. So I got to thinking about something. I have a tractor video on here that's explaining how to use a 3-point hitch. And I made that video like 2 years ago. And for whatever reason, recently it's got a lot of interest. And I've had a lot of questions and comments and stuff like that on that video. So, brings me to believe that maybe possibly there's more inexperienced tractor buyers watching my channel or something like that. So, I'm going to make a quick video about what I think the top 5 attachments should be for your tractor. Now, this is just saying that you've just bought a brand new tractor, you have absolutely no attachments, and you're looking to get attachments for your tractor, because let's face it, what good is a tractor without attachments? So, we're going to start off here, and like I said, I'm going to just list the top 5 just basic simple attachments that I think any tractor owner should have, and this should fall into pretty much the tractor owner who has a small piece of property, even a larger piece of property, and is just looking to keep that property up and take care of that property. Now, you know, this would be a totally different situation if you were trying to do like farming with that tractor, or you were trying to do work for other people with that tractor, anything like that. You know, this is solely based on the fact that you have a small piece of land and you just basically want to keep that piece of land up, and maybe possibly do a little bit of gardening or something like that. But my number one attachment would probably be this right here, a box blade. You can see my box blade is pretty well used. It's been used a lot. And that attachment there will allow you to do driveway maintenance. It'll allow you to grade off new pads. Say you're going to put a building or anything like that, you want to clear an area. I've even pushed trees up with this box blade. Now, obviously not big trees, but I have pushed up decent, like small trees with this box blade here, and this thing stays hooked up to a tractor all the time. This would probably be my number one attachment that I would have. Like I said, simply because of the fact of its versatility. Now, I'm going to throw in one little extra one here, because this is not one that I would recommend you have if you don't have animals. But if you're going to have animals on your farm and you need to feed hay, you need a hay sprayer. Now, you can get one like this that would go on the front of your tractor on a front end loader, which also, I'm not going to include the front end loader this time as an attachment. Even though it is an attachment, I'm going to already assume that when you bought a tractor, you have a front end loader on it, because the majority of new tractor buyers who are going out and buying like the compact tractors and stuff are buying them with front end loaders. I hardly ever see new tractor owners buy a tractor without a front end loader. So most of the time, you've already got that. We're talking about just 3-point hitch implements here. So, my number 2 attachment would be a bush hog. Now, this is a little bush hog, little 4-foot bush hog that I use behind my little LX2610. And then I also have the bigger 6-foot bush hog that I use behind my 5200 John Deere. And if you have any sort of open area on your place that's not being maintained as yard, you need to have a brush cutter, bush hog, rotary cutter, whatever you want to call it. You need to have one of those. That is a very important implement to have, in my opinion. All right, number 3 would be a scrape blade. Now, this is a little light duty scrape blade that I use behind the little Kubota tractor. Then we also have a heavier duty scrape blade right up here that I have used behind the big tractor. Now, with my situation, I don't use these very much anymore. But a new landowner who needs to build roads, who needs to clear places, who needs to push snow on their driveway, especially if you're up north. We don't have much problem with snow here in North Carolina where I'm at, but we do have snow, so we do have to clear driveways and stuff when it does happen. But that's not a huge issue for us. But I would still put that up there with my top list of attachments to have, because once again, it's versatile. This thing can do some of the stuff that a box blade can. Some things it can do better, some things it can do worse. Trying to move a bunch of dirt from one location to another, it's not good at, because it don't have the boxed in sides to hold that dirt. But if you're trying to cut a ditch around something, or trying to just move snow from one side to the other, you can angle that blade, and it does beautiful at that. So, like I said, that would be my number 3. Now, here in North Carolina, where I'm at, we have a lot of clay soils. So my next 2 attachments, well, my next attachment may not refer to just anybody anywhere, but here in North Carolina, with our clay soils, if we want to build a garden or turn a field into like tillable land to plant for crops and stuff like that, so this would be like, if say a landowner, if he's wanting to do food plots, if he's wanting to do a decent sized garden, you know, something bigger than just the raised beds and what you know, stuff like that, you will need a set of these: a moldboard plow, a turning plow. A lot of people have different names for these. And what this does is it busts up that hard clay layer. Now, that does not leave the ground ready to plant, but it busts up that hard clay. So at that point, you can take a tiller, which is my 5th attachment that I think is a must-have, and you can till that soil and tear it up enough to actually plant something in it. If you till up our clay soil here without either turning the land or busting through it with a plow like this that's got those deep shanks on it. So this plow right here would be along with lines of the same as this over here for me. If I didn't have access to one or the other, I would at least try to have at least one of those. Honestly, it'd be best to have both if you can. But without busting up that clay soil down under there, when you go through there with a tiller like this, you're just going to till that very top layer of soil. This thing's not going to get down in there deep at all. You can see by the way those tines are made. Now, in loose sandy soils, they'll work great without any type of extra tillage. But here with our clay soils, you've got to bust down that soil deep in order to get a tiller to do what it's supposed to do. So, just a short recap over what I would recommend. First would be a box blade. Second would be the bush hog, the rotary cutter. In my opinion, those 2 are a must. If you've got a tractor, you need those 2. Third would be a rear blade, scrape blade. Fourth would be one of these 2 types of plows, either the moldboard plow or the tillage tool, tilters. I've heard these things called all types of names. The technical name, I don't even know what the technical name is for them. But one of those 2, you need something to really bust up that clay soil or the soil deep down. And then the last one would be a tiller. A tiller, if you're going to garden, I don't care what kind of soil you've got, a tiller is a must-have if you're going to have any type of gardens or food plots. They're the cat's meow when it comes to fixing land, to getting it ready to plant. But anyways, this is a super simple video. Try to make it as straightforward as possible. And I hope it helps somebody if you are looking for your attachments for your tractor, trying to figure out what to buy. You can see all of my attachments are pretty well used, and they get used a lot around here. So if you like that kind of content, stick around, and there will be a ton more videos coming up once the weather gets good that we'll be doing work with the tractor. So we'll catch you all on the next one. Thanks for watching.